Hey guys, it's Lori here with a voice in the dark, and it starts with us. I there is so much stuff out there, and we can all get confused, and even the light workers and the, you know, uh, star seeds and everything. And I just want you to know that it's this easy. Be you. Be your most authentic self. God got us all that is, Source, knew when you came here in this 3D wonderland that's like a playground for spirits, because the higher up we go, the more light we are instead of physical. This is hardcore physical down here in 3D. And he knew we were going to try things, we were going to do goofy shit, we were going to do stupid shit. And he just knew we were going to be a ball of mischievousness. And and if you would just simply see it that way, instead of lessons to learn because you need to learn these lessons, it isn't about that. It's about uh, playing a game, and knowing that there's going to be peaks and valleys, and there's going to be getting hurt and getting back up, and and all that. Um, and what could you learn from that last thing that knocked you down on your ass? Look at it and say, wow, what could I have done a little differently? Maybe not been with that person that long, or maybe not been with that group, or maybe for once stood up for myself and said, no, that's not my thing, and walk away. Where are you failing to protect yourself with boundaries that are yours? You have a right to your boundaries. You have a right to be an innocent. You have a right to be young and happy and the rest of your life. My oldest daughter always says, she always, oh, what do you do when you call in a station and tell them to play a song for somebody? She always does Forever Young by Bob Dylan for me. She says, that's what I see you, Mom. You'll always be forever young. And she's right. I will. I think so. And but that's the whole point. I get knocked down all I hate to say it as many times as I have, because you think you'd learn a lesson quicker. But no, I tend to get a big heart, and I stay too long, um, and then I end up getting hurt. And then I pull myself back together eventually, which I waited 60 some odd years to pull myself back together, because I refuse to let anyone see that they hurt my feelings in any way, shape, or form. I have owned every mistake I've made, like it or not, even the ones that I didn't make a mistake. I was attacked. I still owned it as mine, because that's the only way to get through. Everything that's happening is because of something inside of me. For me. For you, it's something inside of you. So look at it. Sit down with it. Ask your gods. Well, I'd ask Source. I don't like the local gods, but ask Source. And in my opinion, I went down the rabbit hole. So anyway, but you can ask Source, ask the angels. What could I learn from that so that I can get over it quicker? Make sure I don't do the same damn stupid thing again. And but God expects you to do all these things. He expects you to have fun, to experience everything that you can experience. Yes, every lifetime you pick different things, different scenarios that you want to experience, because you've never experienced them before until you got here, earthbound. They call it a school. Some call it a prison. I call it a slave labor uh, agenda. However, it doesn't matter what they do. That's what Jesus said too. Doesn't matter what they're doing. But you do have rights. You can stand up for them. Not violently, but you stand up for them verbally. They have to. If you stand up verbally and say, I do not consent, you don't consent. And they got to back down. They have to change it. They take a lot of you, but go for it. So just keep that in mind. Also keep in mind that Jesus came here to show you how to be like him, not to be under his umbrella, but to be exactly like him, because we are exactly like him. We just don't remember. So try to remember. Meditate. Uh, ask questions to the angels. Open that up inside of you, because it's in here. It's all inside. And open your heart. If you have been hurt so bad by life that you close your heart up, I did. And I had melancholy and sadness that I couldn't even explain anymore. I just had it. It's because I locked my heart up. And I've always had a big heart for everybody, even the bad people. And I still think that they have to pay a price, but you know, that's what we have laws for. But open your heart. Do everything through your heart. Now, every now and then you're going to run into a situation that you might need to use your mind over heart. But usually your gut instinct, your intuition will tell you. Learn the difference between your intuition, which is a subtle feeling inside. It's a feeling. It's a feeling, you know, like a, but it's not physical. Physical is trauma response. Know the two. It's two different things. Now, the other thing is, you were meant to fly, baby, fly. You were meant to be all you could be at whatever you want to pick. And somewhere there in there where your passion, you get drawn to something, you don't really understand why because you don't know how to do it or whatever, but something just keeps pulling you at something. Go for it. Learn everything you can about it. Become one with it. And watch yourself become something you never dreamed you could be. You can download any possibility into yourself and become it. There's a point where you can get in quantum physics where you get to quantum jump. And when you quantum jump, you pick the idea, or, you know, like, I want to be just like Rembrandt. Okay, so I pull myself into a parallel universe that has me as a Rembrandt type artist, which is cool, huh? So any possibility is possible. I don't want anyone to be afraid of doing that, not even myself, which is something I'm working through right now. So I wanted to share it with you. And you need to be involved in local government, state government, and federal government. You need to be involved. You need to stay on top of things, but not so much to the point that it makes you angry. You see something they're doing that you're not quite happy with, and write your congressman, write your senator, and be done with it. Send them an email. You know you did your good. You did something. And then it's up to the universe then. Pray about it. Give it to God. But I would still write the congressman and the Senate and give them your idea on what you think what they're doing now is what you think. Then you feel like you did something. We need to all be responsible for everything going on in our lives, including politics and government and religions, and get involved with your church. The things that I give people are tools to add to their religious beliefs, not to take away. Meditation, yoga is good, martial arts, and stuff like that. And grounding and being out in nature and talking to nature and letting it talk back. And it's a really spiritual experience. So anyway, I just wanted to say, experience it all. Get back up quicker. Get back up quicker, but be honest with your feelings so you can get through it real quick. You're meant to be happy and healthy because that's what you are as a soul, healthy and happy. And so what do we tell our kids when they fall down? All right, rub it, get back up. That's how God figures you're going to do it down here. You fall down, rub it, get back up. Try to understand it. If you can't understand it, learn more about it or whatever. And maybe maybe you're meant to be a healer for that kind of thing that's going on. Whatever it is. But do that. Don't live in it as your story. Don't ever live in it as your story. Your story needs to be one step beyond what you're looking at right now. If it's negative, you need to say for your story to end, and this is what I did to get through it and help others with the same thing. So don't waste your energy living in it. You got more life to live. Don't wait until you're 64 going, I'm ready to live again. But I am, and I'm not going to give up. And but I don't expect any of you to either. And just know that you are perfect in God's eyes. God got us all that is, the universe, source. You're perfect just the way you are. He wanted to experience life. They wanted to experience life through your personality. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been created that way. So, love yourself. Forgive yourself for not knowing any better. And keep going. That's all. And keep going. Be a little more involved in things that are important to you. If we would all find that one thing that's really important to us and we helped be part of that solution wherever it is needed, we would all feel better. And we would know that we've done something. So just do something that'll make you feel at peace. And that you are worthy. I'm going to tell you now, you're worthy of all the kingdoms of heaven, all the wealth of the universe. You are worth it. You will always be worth it, no matter what you experience here. And when you're ready to go home, you tell them when you get to that white light tunnel, I'm ready to go home. And when they try to tell you, well, you didn't learn this and you didn't learn that, you can just look at them and say, I don't need to learn anymore. I'm ready to go home. And look for a silver disc. And someone else should show up to take you home. I love all of you immensely. You just have no clue how much love I have for all of humanity. I met the devil. One of them. There's many. Lord. There's 5 different devils per level, and there's 7 levels. That really sucks. But anyway, he looked at me one day, and he sat down on a chair, and he goes, why do you care about them so much? And I just looked at him, and I went, no, the question is, why don't you care about them? They're your right hand. They're your left hand. Sometimes half the time they're carrying you somewhere with new ideas and troubleshooting through problems. And when you need a fresh mind, a mind that's already connected to source, that does not need anything else to be connected to. So remember that. And don't hook up to any of that artificial intelligence in your head unless you're crippled in some form. And yeah, if it's going to help you walk or, use your arms or back, that's fine for a physical thing. But otherwise, no. And until you learn to understand your intuition, because I'll tell you now, source will find a way, no matter what, to help you with your intuition. He'll get the messages to you, no matter what. But it will hurt your pineal gland. That's where usually your intuition comes from. And but there are other areas, and actually, nothing can stop source. but don't do it anyway. Stand up for your rights, all of you. It's the one thing you really don't want to do. Trust me, I know. So I love you, and I will be back again. Just fill your heart with love and bravery. Yes, the world is scary right now. It's a nightmare, actually. If you really look at it, it's a stupid circus is what it is. But the thing is remember at a soul level and all the way through your beingness that you are always worthy of whatever you want. And you are always worthy in God's eyes. You will never, ever be unworthy unless you do something so horrific. And anyway, most people don't even understand what those kind of horrors are. So I'm not going to bring it up now. The ones that do know about it, they get it. So believe in something bigger than you, and you are an extreme, integral part of that, which is so much bigger than you, and call on it. We all need someone to look to that's bigger than us when we're having trouble. Look to God, look to Source, the Goddess. I mean, when I learned to meditate, I finally had met that darkness and quiet silence in the universe, where there are no words, but it is amazing. It's worth the time to take to do it, to experience it. I recommend it to everybody. Not everybody's going to do it. It takes time. And but I was determined, and I was determined to go see God because I had a few things I wanted to talk to him in person about because I didn't trust anybody around me. I have trust issues. Can't imagine why. And so anyway, I had gone into a meditation, and I astral traveled, and I flew into this. It was like a train going through space, and I flew into it, and I fell at the feet of the most beautiful goddess I'd ever seen. She had red hair, and she had this thing that went all the way up like a turban, but it was a tall turban, and she had a matching gown. And she looked at me, and she said, "Lori, would you actually hurt yourself to come and see me?" And I thought about it, and I thought, "Oh, no. I didn't know. I didn't know you were here on this train, but I knew I could do it." but the surprising thing for me was, I said, I was coming to see God, but you're a woman. So let's remember the goddess, because she is important, and she is the mother goddess. And none of us would be here if it wasn't for her. So show some respect for women. We used to be equal with men, and someday we will again. I have faith in that, because men and women are both realizing, look, we've gone through all this bullshit. and we finally learned that we could make money and get away from the ones that abused us, and we could heal, and then we can meet nice people, nice guys, and nice women, and we could actually be that way ourselves, because we dared to risk, trying it again, but as a new person. So anyway, that's all I got for tonight. I love you. Take care, and keep smiling, baby, and find funny things every day, and throw that phone away. I'm ready to go back to a flip phone, because I can't get off this son of a bitch, and I don't know what to do. I may have to get a TV again, because I watch too many YouTubes. Turn that Wi-Fi off as often as possible in your house. I always turn it off at night, and I sleep so much better. And then if you can turn it off during the day, cool. Get outside more. But I have found that if I am just totally quiet, no music, no YouTubes, no game, but I can still play that game quietly and find that I'm getting information. Now, if I put the game down, I start getting even more information coming through. So, dare to connect with God, because he's really yapping now. So, he knows how I am. Anyway, he's really talking a lot now. So, get out there and talk. Go into silence, even if you're not meditating. Deep breathing is a good practice. But mostly just silence so he can get the thoughts through to you. And I have found that a lot of the times I'll start singing a song and it's someone trying to tell me something. So, and you may have the same thing, or you may have, poetry come through, or, whatever. But whatever it is, notice it and go, oh, let me see what I can do with this. Okay? And stay high on life. And we will get through this together, not divided, together. I'm tired of being divided by stupid people. We are not meant to divide. We're meant to accept each other as each other is. And some of us will be drawn closer together, and some of us not. But it doesn't mean we have a right to be judgmental or hateful towards anyone. And so remember that. Lori out. Talk to you later. Bye.